What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 squad? Welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another training camp video for the New York Giants. So today is July 31st, 2019. It is a Wednesday, I believe. You just never know sometimes. But so we have a lot to talk about today, so I might get tired of reading, guys, but I'll try to paraphrase these paragraphs as much as possible. But you know, Dan Solomon and John Schmelk weren't too kind to me today. They wrote a lot for me to you know, unfold and things like that. So I want to start off with discussing quarterbacks. I know a lot of people want me to talk about the quarterbacks more because I really haven't done that. So I will go over the quarterbacks first. Eli Manning was 9 of 12 today on 11-on-11 drills and had 1 interception today from Antoine Bethea, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So Eli Manning's still on the money. He's still playing well. Honestly, he's taking that role back as who's the best quarterback in the locker room. We have to put all the past experience aside. Who's the best in the locker room now? For the past couple weeks, it's been Daniel Jones. But Eli Manning has been showing his veteran presence. He's been showing why, you know, he should be the best, and he is the most experienced guy. He proved that. And you know, right now he's playing like the best quarterback. So Eli Manning, hopefully he just dominates throughout the training camp. And he dominates throughout the season, and you know, Daniel Jones can learn from that. Moving on to Daniel Jones, he had a better day. You know, he struggled a lot last practice. I mentioned that it was a bunch of deflections, an interception, even his first interception, a bunch of deflections, a bunch of things happening when Daniel Jones was throwing the ball. So he didn't have a great day, but he bounced back. It was a little better. It wasn't great, but it was 11 of 18. 11 completions is fine. 11 of 18 on 11-on-11 drills, including a touchdown to Alonzo Russell. We'll get into that in just a second as well. So let's get on to the players who stood out. We're going to start off first with Antoine Bethea. Now, Antoine Bethea, as you guys know, a long-time safety for Arizona Cardinals, Indianapolis Colts, San Francisco 49ers, bunch of that. You know, he's coming in and being a veteran presence to a young Jabril Peppers, who's in a lot of ways just like him. They're both very versatile. They both play the free and the strong. They both, you know, can find the ball in the air. They're both, you know, very active in the box. So, here's what Antoine Bethea did today. It says here, Coach Pat Shurmur ended practice today with a spirited series of 2-minute drills for the first, second, and third teams. Antoine Bethea won it for the defense on his turn, elevating to an intercept Eli Manning's pass intended for running back Saquon Barkley up the left sideline. Jabril Peppers, who is his partner at safety and 12 years younger, let everyone know the OG can still play. I love that. I love the tandem. I love the teamwork. I just love, you've never seen this. We haven't seen this in a while. Yes, we see sometimes where we see the other players boosting up the other players, but it just seems like more of a family than ever. I just don't know why. But let's talk about what Antoine Bethea had to say about being a veteran presence in the locker room, especially to Jabril Peppers. One of the things, when I was a young guy, the coach used to always tell us, follow the older guys, the 14-year veteran said. So being an older guy, I got to do all the right things so the young guys can see me do it and they can follow me in the same footsteps. So that shows right there he is open to being a veteran presence. He's open to being a mentor to these younger guys. A lot of players, honestly, really don't like doing that. You look at Ben Roethlisberger or, you know, Brett Favre back in the day, as far as the quarterbacks go. But as far as the defensive backs go, Antoine Bethea really wants to be a veteran presence in the locker room. Alonzo Russell showed up on the standouts. First time probably this whole season so far, Alonzo Russell. You know, he's a 6'4" guy. He's a bigger guy. Just never consider him as being one of the guys that can make this roster, that could be a big red zone target, because, you know, he really hasn't done anything. But today, he showed up, catching a touchdown from Daniel Jones. It was a pretty good touchdown in the with the second unit during 2-minute drills. So great job there. Hopefully, if I get the highlight, I mean, I can see the highlight. I just gotta find a way to, you know, get it to my computer, because I can't find a way to save it onto my computer. I'm gonna have to use a screen share or something like that, a software. And the last standouts is, well, all of the defensive backs. They were all active today. It says here, it was a collective effort from the group today, particularly the young guys and players fighting for roster spots. Jake Carlock, who also plays on the edge as well, if you guys didn't know. Jake Carlock broke up back-to-back passes near the goal line during the 2-minute drill. Ronald Zamor was fiery throughout practice. Rookie Julian Love, Sam Beal, Antonio Hamilton also had pass deflections, so they're all participating. I am loving the defensive backs. I am loving the defensive backs. All right, so we're going to go by unit after unit, first team, second team, and third team, and talk about them. So I got a lot of reading to do, so let's start. In the spirit of not burying the lead, let's start with the 2-minute drill period that was the last competitive session of the day. The offense was given the ball at their own 40 with 1 minute 45 seconds left on the clock at the 34-yard line for the first team offense. 2 timeouts remaining and needing a touchdown. The first team started with an incomplete pass with an Eli Manning throw, was batted at the line of scrimmage. He completed a slant to Cody Latimer on 2nd down. On 3rd and 2, Manning tried to hit Saquon Barkley on a deep route near the sideline. Barkley had burnt the initial coverage, but veteran safety Antoine Bethea made it over in time to grab the interception. So that's how he got the interception. He ran to the sideline and mobbed in celebration by his teammates. Listen, if Antoine Bethea can play like that and cover Saquon Barkley down in the box and cover the running back out the backfield, Antoine Bethea can cover anybody then. You know, there's only a couple of other guys like Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara we'll still have to see. But if you can cover Saquon Barkley, you can pretty much cover all the running backs. So that's what I like to see from Antoine Bethea. Hopefully he can, you know, put down that knowledge for Jabril Peppers in the future. So the defense won the first team 2-minute drill. Next up for the second team. The second team offense had more success after 2 incomplete passes, a Julian Love pass breakup, and a missed interception opportunity by Michael Thomas. Daniel Jones hit Alonzo Russell on an out route for a 27-yard gain near the right sideline. He got out of bounds to stop the clock with 1 minute and 25 seconds left at the 37-yard line. After an incompletion, Jones completed 4 passes, including an 18-yard completion to Garrett Dickerson to get the ball to the 4-yard line. On the 4th and final play, he threw a touchdown to Russell, 6'4", 218 pounds. So he's a bigger guy who used his body to box out the smaller corner, Ronald Zamore, and went up to grab Jones's pass for the touchdown. On a play earlier in practice, Zamore had talked some trash to Dickerson on a play near the sideline, so this time the offense took great pleasure in charging the field, celebrating with Russell, and talked some trash of their own. The defense had a fair point that there were some potential sacks, O'Shane Ximines and R.J. McIntosh, that weren't called, that could have been short-circuited that drive earlier. So O'Shane Ximines, again, absolute monster. Whether he's with the second team or even with the first team, defeating Nate Solder, O'Shane Ximines is looking great. He is looking fantastic right now. I'm so happy. And R.J. McIntosh was also there. You know, they both got sacks that weren't called. Now moving on to the third group. It says here, Alex Tanney got down to the 5-yard line with no timeouts left and 36 seconds on the clock. Kyle Lauletta checked into the game, and after 2 batted balls and a pass breakup by Zamore, he rolled to the right to avoid pressure and hit Reggie White Jr. for a diving catch for a touchdown. The offense took the day. Reggie White Jr. looks like a man amongst little boys in that highlight. I wish I could show it to you guys. Hopefully, maybe if you guys see it, then you guys see it. But I mean, the dude was just absolute monsters. I hope he makes this roster. I really do. During the no-huddle portion of practice, Evan Ingram caught a pass from Manning on a crossing pattern, and much like yesterday, showed his speed while running away from the linebacker for what would have been a long run after the catch. Barkley got open down the field during the same drill, running right past the linebacker, but couldn't come up with the Manning pass that hit off of his pad and went incomplete. So Barkley showing that he's human just a little bit. Sam Beal was on the field. Sam Beal is healthy. By the way, guys, Sam Beal is healthy, and Alex Wesley as well, the wide receiver out of, it was NC State, but not the NC State you guys are thinking of, something else. But he's also North Colorado State. Sam Beal was on the field and played tight coverage on Russell Shepard during the no huddle. Daniel Jones tried to hit Shepard going across the middle, but the pass wasn't out in front of Shepard enough, allowing Beal to reach out and knock the pass away. Beal was on the field with the second team during practice. 2 plays later on a design rollout, Jones decided to keep the ball and would have had a big gain on the run. Wide receiver TJ Jones is making some noise. Actually had the biggest play of practice according to this article. Wide receiver TJ Jones, signed last week, almost had the biggest play of practice. He got behind the defense with speed during the first team period in the middle of practice, but Kyle Lauletta led him a little too much, and it fell incomplete. Jones gets in and out of breaks well, and you can see the polish of his 4 years of NFL experience. Lauletta had another chance on a deep pass during no huddle, but a ball intended for Reggie White was played nicely by Kenny Ladler, who knocked it away. During O&D line one-on-ones, the first team offense won all 5 of their matchups with the first team defense. Considering the disadvantage of the offensive line, it has in those drills. It was a very impressive performance. Nate Solder stuffed Lorenzo Carter, who tried to win outside, while Mike Rembers handled Kareem Martin's rush. Will Hernandez slowed down Dexter Lawrence, and Kevin Zeitler had a dominant rep against BJ Hill, and John Jalapeno slowed down Dalvin Tomlinson. Listen, this is a win, okay? This is what I want to see. So far, we've seen the defense, as far as the defensive line, completely dominate the offensive line. Mike Remmers had trouble, and Nate Solder especially had trouble with O'Shane Jimenez. And now we're seeing, you know, Nate Solder stuffing up Lorenzo Carter, who's supposed to be our best pass rusher, and Mike Remmers handled Kareem Martin, who okay, it's fine. But Will Hernandez doing great against Dexter Lawrence. Kevin Zeitler against BJ Hill, who's supposed to be our best interior guy. So, I mean, it's great. I want to see that. I want to see sometimes the defense win and sometimes the offense wins. That shows balance. That shows the fact that they're learning with each other, you know? So that's all I got for you guys. That is July 31st. Training camp for the New York Giants. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you like about this practice? What did you not like about this practice? Who do you think needs improving? Who do you think is on their way out the door? Who do you think has had a great day? Who you're excited about? I want to know everything in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I will see you guys in the next video.